Good morning, children. I once again welcome you all in EVS online class. Today we are going to study chapter number 6, Rules Are For Everyone, from EVS 1 textbook. Children, what is a rule? It's an accepted principle or instruction that states the way things are or should be done and tells you what you are allowed or not allowed to do. At home, parents keep on telling you, do that, don't do this, don't do that, and many times you all don't like the rules. But let me tell you, rules helps everybody to maintain discipline. What is this, children? Yes, it's a traffic signal. The red light tells us to stop. The yellow light tells us to get ready. And the green light tells us that we can go. We follow traffic rules so that traffic moves smoothly. In the same way, there are rules of social life that tell us what each person should be doing. Rules need to be made to specify each person's duties and responsibilities. If we follow the rules, our day-to-day life becomes disciplined. We can work more efficiently. Rules are meant for everybody. They apply equally to all. No one is above the rules. Disobeying the rules leads to punishment. There is no discrimination in punishments for breaking the rules. In this way, equality is the basis of rules. You must have experience. There are various kinds of rules in school, such as in the class you have to maintain silence. When you are going for PT periods, you have to move in a straight line, walk with hands behind, etc. And if anybody is seen that they break the rule, punishment is given to them. So children, rules are made or rules are there to make you disciplined and not to spoil you. Changes in rules for the society. Our society works according to certain rules. We make the rules ourselves. We follow these rules because they are meant for the common good. Proper changes are also introduced in the rules made for a society. There is a difference between the rules of society and the laws of nature. Natural occurrences follow laws of nature. We cannot change the laws of nature. The rising and setting of the sun and the change in the seasons never stop. The law of gravity does not change. The rising and falling of the tides, the phases of the moon, all of these things occur according to the laws of nature. Nature's laws are constant and fixed. They do not ever become outdated. That means, children, thousands of years ago also, the process of sunrise, sunset, the gravitational force, the phases of the moon, the falling of the tides, everything was there present. And today also it is constantly happening. The rotation of the earth, the revolution of the earth, also a part of the natural occurrences we cannot change them. Human laws need to be changed with changing conditions. The laws followed in India under the rule of the British were different. When India gained independence, the situation changed and the laws also of civic life changed accordingly. For example, after independence, the voting age was 21 years. After 1988, the voting age was lowered to 18 years. So children, the natural occurrences we cannot change, but according to the situations and conditions we have to change the laws of human. On page 28, try this is given in your textbook. You can discuss that with your parents and grandparents. Always remember, boys and girls or men and women are equal. They must get the same opportunities for development. See in this picture, people of every age need nourishing food. The girl has a question. She is asking, don't girls need as nourishing a diet as is given to boys? At home, they feel only my brother needs good food. How will you answer the girl's question? Girls are also humans. They also need the same kind of nourishment what the boys get. They should be judged equally. It is incorrect to discriminate between boys and girls. It is unjust to deprive girls of good food or to prevent them from going to school. Such injustice can also be seen with respect to other sections of society. Children, today also in many villages or in different societies, we see that girls are not treated equally like boys. There is lot of discrimination. Girls are forced to do household work, but boys are given freedom. Let us see this picture now. What injustice do you observe? See the first one. The poor man is asking, I have returned all your money. How can I still be in debt? Here we can see that the poor man is illiterate because he don't know reading and writing. He is paying extra and extra money to the zamindar. This is injustice. In the next picture, we see that the servant lady is asking, even though I work without a single holiday in a month, why do you pay me so little? Though the lady is working very hard throughout the month, but still she is paid less. She is not paid according to her work. This is also injustice. Can you tell? A list of rules is given below. Each rule has a specific purpose. Some rules have more than one purpose. Under the heading, this is what I think. Note down your opinions. You can note it down in your rough books. Prohibition against loudspeakers in public places after 10 o'clock at night. This is a rule told by a government and we have to follow it. And it is very correct. The loudspeakers can affect the patients at home or nearby places. If the loudspeakers played late night, people cannot sleep. Whole day they have to work hard and at night they have to take rest. So if the loudspeakers are going on and on late night, how can they rest? So it is correct and we have to follow it. Free primary education for boys and girls. There are many people in our country who are below poverty level. They are very poor. They cannot pay the fees. They cannot afford to buy a uniform or textbooks or anything related to school. So government have made law to give free education at primary level to both boys and girls. Prohibition against dumping garbage in the river. By dumping garbage in the river, it will create water pollution. It will affect many lives. So we need to follow this rule. The rest three you can discuss at home and write your views. Rules have to be made to ensure that no injustice is done. We follow many customs and traditions in our lives. We follow those traditions by observing our mother, father, grandparents and other relatives. There are several good customs and traditions in our society. We celebrate festivals together. We are celebrating which festival? Ganeshotsav. And you must have observed your parents, grandparents, that how it is celebrated traditionally. The customs which they follow generation to generation. We welcome guests who visit us and are hospitable to them. Many of our customs enable us to maintain balance of nature. We express our love and gratitude towards animals. The value of non-violence and peace have been a part of our social life since ancient times. Even so, there are some traditions and customs that are not desirable. They are not beneficial for our society. Example, caste distinction. Because of this, a divide has been created in society. It has given rise to inequality. Untouchability was an inhuman and unjust custom. The Constitution of Independent India abolished the custom of untouchability. In our Constitution of India, everybody is equal. All the citizens are equal under the law of Constitution. As you can see, the preamble which you used to say every day in the school assembly, that we the people of India, we means every citizen of India. No discrimination is done under the Constitution. Many times, laws have to be made to abolish unjust customs. In our country, customs such as sati and child marriage were abolished by making laws that banned them. Sati is the custom in which if the husband dies, the wife also have to be burnt along with the husband's body. So this custom is banned. The law that banned the use of magic for cheating people was first enacted in Maharashtra. Receiving a dowry has been banned by law. So children, many such customs are abolished or banned by the government of our country, which showed injustice. Child labor is also one of the social issues of our country. Similarly, illiteracy means inability to read and write. gives rise to superstition. What is superstition? A widely held but irrational belief in supernatural influences. Because of illiteracy in the country, it gave rise to superstition and wrong customs. Wrong customs and traditions cause the neglect of some sections of society. They have no access to education. Therefore, they do not get opportunities of development. They have no means of livelihood. Therefore, they have to face poverty. Poverty and lack of education are the two big obstacles in our society. We can only make progress together if we get rid of these obstacles. Protecting our nature. Just as laws are necessary to maintain equality and justice in society, laws are also required for the protection of the environment. We are dependent on nature in many ways. Most of our needs are fulfilled by nature. Natural resources should be available in enough quantities for the needs of our future generations. Therefore, we must conserve these natural resources. We must use them carefully. Which are these natural resources? Air, water, soil, trees, forest, wildlife, minerals, etc. We need to protect them, to conserve them. Do you know? Caste discrimination, gender inequality, and lack of education for women were some of the big obstacles in our society. Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, Rajashri Shahu Maharaj, and Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar tried to get rid of these obstacles. Savitribai Phule had to fight a great battle for women's education. Her colleague Fatima Sheikh provided her with valuable assistance in this fight. Maharshi Dhondo Keshav Karve also did great work to promote women's education. The work of all these social workers was instrumental in bringing about positive change in our society. This gave rise to women empowerment and girls' education. What we have learned? Rules made for people are changed from time to time. Rules in the olden days were in the form of religious traditions and social customs. Laws are made to combat inhuman and undesirable traditions and customs. So children, as food, water, air, clothes are important in our life, rules are also very important to make us good human being. Let's move on to the exercise. The first question, fill in the blanks. You can answer these questions on your own. Read the lesson thoroughly. Question 2, answer in one sentence. Why are rules made? Rules are made to ensure that no injustice is done. Which values have been a part of our social life since ancient times? The values of non-violence and peace have been a part of our social life since ancient times. What are the big obstacles in our society? Poverty and lack of education are the two big obstacles in our society. Next question is answer in short. Both the answers are on page number 30. I have marked the answers for you. You can mark it in your textbook and then write in the classwork. So children, question 1, 2 and 3, you have to do it in the classwork. And there is a box given in which activity is there. Make a list of the rules you follow in the following situations. First one is at the time of the school assembly. During the assembly, what are the rules? You have to form straight lines and stand classwise. You have to maintain silence, etc. So like this, other situations also you can write 2 rules for each. Thank you children and have a nice day.